Welcome back to Out and About Today. I'm Pam Wheeler. Unless you've been under a rock, you've noticed at least two things in the world. One, that the presidential election is over. And two, Nashville keeps on growing. Our guest tonight is going to cover the latter. How many people are really moving to Nashville a day? Is there such a thing as affordable housing? And does Nashville have a Gayborhood? Here with all the answers to those questions and anything else I want to ask is Roger Gore, Senior Loan Officer with Mortgage Investors Group. Roger, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Pam.
You are usually here as our pop culture guru, but not today. You're going to wear a professional hat. But before we get professional, I want to ask you, did you see Adele?
I did.
Did you see Beyonce?
I did.
Did you see Lady Gaga at the 5 spot with 5 minutes notice?
I tried really hard.
But you didn't?
I didn't.
Were you stalking all day and all that?
I was stalking. Me and some of our mutual friends.
Yeah. Well, can't win them all.
Text and Twitter was hot.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to talk serious so that people know you're just not a concert goer. Give us a little history of your professional career and why you're an expert about growing Nashville.
Well, in my professional career, I'm 20 years in mortgage banking, so I deal with the realtors of the world and people relocating in and all the growth in Nashville. And I've watched the development of downtown and the Gulch and from East Nashville into Inglewood and the Charlotte corridor, now currently the fairgrounds.
Right.
So it's kind of my daytime thing.
It's your daytime thing. So tell us the real deal of how many people are moving to Nashville a day.
Depending on the stats, you're going to read anywhere between about 50 and 100. The chamber's done theirs, the Growth Commission, the Entrepreneur Center, the GNAR, the Realtor Association. Everybody's got their own stats on kind of how they judge that. But the most recent figure I heard was 64 a day.
64 a day, and that's like Davidson County and the county.
Metro Nashville.
Oh my gosh, it's Metro Nashville.
Metro Nashville.
Oh, I didn't realize
64
that.
64 a day.
Okay, and so do the gay people, is there such thing as a Gayborhood? That's really, I need to know that.
I think that there's definite neighborhoods where most of the young and the gays want to live. They typically are looking for accessibility, a sense of community, walkability, bars, restaurants, thriving festivals. Which, you know, is typically going to be inside. They don't want to commute. So
we're going to throw up a map of Nashville neighborhoods, and the gays live, you talked about a corridor.
Kind of inside the 440 loop.
Okay.
It's kind of a barrier, an unspoken barrier.
And why do gays, I'm waiting for this visual so that I can point out exactly where I live. Just kidding.
Right in the middle of East Nashville. So
the gays want to be right in that.
East Nashville is very, very popular. Over the years, that's stretched into Inglewood and now moving into Madison. You know, you've got Germantown, you've got the 12 South area, you've got Belmont, Hillsborough Village. WeHo and the fairgrounds is becoming very popular because it's affordable. And the gays get this credit, I think, at least in the media, or at least, I don't know if it's true, statistically true, but gays do get credit for revitalizing neighborhoods. And we talked about this before the show. When the tornado hit here in '98, it is true, a lot of gays went to that area to rebuild, right? They were getting houses at good prices. The values hadn't gone up there. It was still kind of a neighborhood that a lot of people had turned a blind eye on. They loved the old homes, the old style. They were quite large. And so they were the first to go in there and start fixing all those homes up, generally. In general. Gay friendly. Right. And many of us don't have kids. You know, you don't have any kids. More disposable income, more time. Right. Not worried about the perhaps bad schools. Correct. Right. So they can take a risk on a neighborhood that they don't have to worry about their kids walking to school or their curriculum. I think even bigger than that too, you typically find the disposable income part, but they're not as concerned about, they don't want to make a bad investment, but the investment part of it a lot of times is not in their picture as a young gay. Right. You know, they're more about the money at the moment, the house at the moment, and me living somewhere that I like and enjoy. Whereas a lot of straight people, and once they've got children and their families, they're much more concerned about what's this return value going to be. They've got college educations to worry about. They've got things of that nature. So that starts entering the picture and changing that dynamic. Right. A lot of people want to live where they can afford a lift. I mean, let's get real. I'm kidding. Cost me $30 from Brentwood here yesterday. So, yeah, so that you don't live in the corridor. No. So what is there such thing as affordable housing in Nashville right now? It's tough, which is why we've pushed again, like into Cleveland Park over Ellington, and why we've pushed into Madison. Affordability, you know, used to that people could get in for 200, even 250 in a lot of those hot areas, and you barely get in under 3 anymore. So, and that's a lot for, you know, you've got someone coming out of college, a young professional making 40 to 80,000 a year. It's tough to make those numbers work.
Right.
But that's a huge initiative for the entire city. I know
Right.
it's a mayor's initiative. It's, you know, the Realtors Association's initiative, and you're starting to see a lot more affordable projects come out. It's the big buzzword.
And I know you don't have the answer to this, but because you couldn't. But we've seen the market go up, 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 and crash, and then now it's up, up, up. I mean, houses go on the market, you get over list price.
Correct.
Right, in certain areas.
Often,
In
in
a lot of
certain
places.
areas, it's multiple offers over ask.
Right, so it will go down, right? That history would tell us it's going to go down.
History would tell us that it's going to recorrect.
Right.
I think a lot of that's driven by the job market. As long as we stay a vibrant city with jobs coming in, and that makes people move in, I think the housing market's going to stay strong.
And you bring up the job market, so I want to put up another little graph that takes us all the way to 2035 and how many crazy jobs we're going to have. And it is a applicants market as well right now.
Yeah, certainly.
There's plenty of places. I mean, there's not enough jobs, and so they're offering a lot more money.
Well, from what I understand, Nashville's kind of unique in that we actually have more jobs than we have qualified applicants for the jobs. On any given day, I heard a statistic recently in some of my meetings that there are 30,000 open jobs in the metro Nashville area.
Oh my gosh.
30,000.
So we need more than 64 people to move here a day, is what I hear. So give me some numbers, just throw it out there. We touched on this in 2008. Of what people could afford in 2008 compared to fast forward, what is that same property? Give me East Nashville, 12 South.
You know, at one point in time, there were condos going on like the 12 South neighborhood or the 8 South neighborhood, and people could get in some of those condos pre-construction for 180, just under 2, and they're easily selling mid 3s to high 3s now. You know, I've got a couple currently that I'm working with that we bought their house in Brentwood 3 years ago, 3 years and 2 months actually. They paid $349 for it, and they just sold it for $499.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
but everybody don't get discouraged because it will turn. I'm here to say that. And we're out of time. How can people find you? What's your email address or something?
My email is roger.gore@migonline.com, but easier, just go to rogergore.com.
There you
my
go.
webpage.
Thanks, Roger. Next time we're going to talk about pop culture stuff.
I look forward to it.
Stay with us. The Entertainment Outlook is next. Chuck will be here with a look at Actors Bridge Ensemble's Hand to God.